Long before the Mayflower touched American shores, a region located in present-day South Carolina witnessed the first acts of African resistance to enslavement within North American borders. In 1526, nearly a century before the English arrived in Jamestown, Virginia, a Spanish colonizer named Lucas Vasquez de Ayllón attempted to establish the first European colony in what is now South Carolina. He settled in a region accessible through the mouth of the Pedee River, somewhere near the present-day Georgetown area. 500 Spaniards occupied the colony, along with 100 enslaved Africans brought to aid in the building of the new settlement. The enslaved Africans lived as forced laborers, made to construct and maintain the essential tasks that aided the continued survival of a society who oppressed them. The idea of subjugation and enslavement did not rest well with the African inhabitants of the newly settled Spanish colony. Freedom from a life of servitude and forced labor aligned more with the desired life the Africans wished to live. When the time was right, the Africans would revolt and gain their beloved freedom. The enslaved Africans cultivated alliances and relationships with the neighboring Native Americans. These friendships later provided support to their brewing slave revolt and escape. In 1529, the enslaved Africans recognized their moment when the colony became vulnerable to attack because of extreme weather, widespread sickness, and dwindling food supplies. They revolted and pushed the withering settlement into collapse. The remaining 150 Spaniards retreated to Haiti and abandoned the colony and enslaved Africans. With their freedom won, this self-emancipated group of Africans became the first freedom-fighting North American inhabitants to make the South Carolina region their home. The revolt secured the first recorded slave resistance resulting in freedom within North American borders. The acts of those brave Africans created a blueprint to attaining freedom. This triumphant story ends with the self-emancipated Africans disappearing into the vast North American landscape. The approximately 100 people remained uncaptured, their lives a mystery, and yet a testament to resisting slavery. The first recorded slave revolt established a population of free African Americans in North America territory 90 years before the establishment of the English settlement of Jamestown. However, the historical records are incomplete. Much remains unknown about the lives these Americans lived as free people. Fortunately, evidence exists of continued freedom fighting and resistance near the area over the next 200 years. This suggests the African community most likely thrived in freedom and assisted others in efforts to resist colonization. Let's never forget the history of resistance in South Carolina. The erasure of history, like the first self-emancipators, must be countered by remembering. Every act of remembrance is an act of resistance.